And welcome into the broadcast, everybody. My name is Paul Scango. I'm standing next to Camden Sarah. It's the WCAC Semifinals presented by Under Armour. We're kicking it off here. The Bishop O'Connell Knights taking on the Good Counsel Falcons. On the bump for the Falcons, it's number 5, Bryant James, leading off for the Knights. Two-0 count to start the game for the Knights. Robinson kick steals, but that one just a bit outside. 3-0 count for the Knights sophomore. That one's low. Brian James takes the 4-pitch walk. The Knights, soon as we get started, got a runner on first. It's one of their best qualities so far this year. The Knights, amazing at getting running on base.
Yeah, look, this is a team that drives off the momentum, and when you get that the first at bat of the game, that's really just a crucial thing that they're going to take a full advantage of as the bunt is laid down.
Robinson fields it, gets it over to first, but the bunt will advance. Bryant James over to second. The Knights got a runner in scoring position as here comes number 9, Jack Woda, the senior for this Knights baseball team. Woda, the starting catcher also. He's batting .388 on the season. Amazing at this high school level. Definitely one of the hardest to pitch to. There's one in for a strike. 0-1 count for Jonathan Robinson.
Look, this is the O'Connell Knights. This is a team that's 22-5, and so they're looking to add another win up here, get this series over with, and make their way to College Park Bob Turtle Smith Stadium on Father's Day weekend.
And that one is popped up. Throwing in, runner advances to third. The Knights moving runners around like it's nobody's business. Runner on third, Bryant James.
You can really go either way there.
Great job in advancing the runner by Woda. Here's number 10, Walker McElwin. Very good. He's a junior, batting .487. Monster up there.
My goodness.
That one is down the left field line at the track, but he's going to come up under it. Good Counsel Falcons escape as the Knights leave a runner on third. Due up for the Falcons in the bottom of the first, Frick, Noel, and Bezak after this. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the WCAC Semifinals for varsity baseball presented by Under Armour. We're in the bottom of the first. If you are just tuning in, Brett Frick up for the Falcons. And on the bump for the Knights is number 26, Caden Ragsdale. Brett Frick lines one into the left center gap. Single to start it off for this Falcons team. Brett Frick's been so good this year. He's got an amazing on-base percentage, low strikeouts. Definitely one of the hottest base runners too. Very fast. Yeah, most stolen bases on the team with 11.
This is really a guy who turns it up, especially down that way to second. I mean, he makes the dust look like a sandcastle coming out from the back of his feet.
Most definitely. He is one of the best leadoff hitters in the WCAC. You can see that from the honors he got this year. There's the pitch in from Ragsdale, but that one's going to be a ball inside. Ryan Knoll, the junior for this Falcons team, number 4, batting second. He's going to foul that one back out of play. This O'Connell team, 11-5 in WCAC play this year. They're the number 2 team. Got a bye through the quarterfinals. They've been lights out all year.
And one of the things it tells you about this WCAC conference, all of their losses, because overall they're 22-5, all of them have come within WCAC play.
And a lot of that is from their shortstop, Bryant James, going to Virginia. He's been amazing this year as Ryan Knoll swings through that one. Just the high heat.
Just a powerhouse. So many D1 commits on this Knights team. But Falcons looking to get it done here.
Ragsdale checks Frick over at first. He's going to keep him healthy. Ragsdale, the freshman, starting in a WCAC playoff game. Very good. Throws very hard, and he's got a lot of nasty off-speed pitches. It's one of the best things he does, getting hitters off their toes like that. Ryan Knoll swings through a curveball on the outside. Just like that, 1 out for Ragsdale in this Knights defense. Frick gets his lead over at first. Ragsdale kicks, fires. Strike on the inside. Drew Bezak, number 7, up for the Falcons now. The 3-hole hitter, the catcher. Bezak hits that one out of play. It's been a busy day here on campus for Good Counsel. Many playoff games all around the WCAC. Boys lacrosse happening now. Girls lacrosse happening later at 5 o'clock. Softball starting 15 minutes ago. It's always amazing to see Good Counsel having a lot of home playoff games as Drew Bezak hit that one up the middle. Bryant gets it at 2, throws over to first, double play. The Knights get out of Frick's single. Ragsdale finishes hard. They get the 2. Bryant James finish it off. And we're going to give you today's keys to the game.
Yeah, so I mean, looking at this Good Counsel team, they've always been competitive in the WCC, especially the last couple of years. I mean, yeah, they've been super competitive, but coached by Steve Balance, you know, they have around a 70% win rate here on Old Vic. They're hitting about 305 collectively, but, you know, you're looking at guys like Ryan Knoll, Jonathan Robinson, Brett Frick. These are all guys that can hit for average. They get it on base super consistently. Head-to-head, O'Connell, I believe, is 2-0 versus Good Counsel this season. But, hey, this is sure to be a super exciting one. I mean, the energy here at Bottegal Field has been amazing. I don't really know if it's the fact that it's 82 degrees, a little windy out, or just super thrilled for this second game of the series. But, hey, whatever works, works here, as we are certainly gearing up for an exciting one here.
And with that, I'm going to give you the Bishop O'Connell Knights keys to the game. First of all, they have their hits turn into runs. They got to get runners on base, get those big hits, find the gaps. That's another big thing. They got 95 extra base hits on the season. This O'Connell baseball team has been lighting it up behind the dish. And last, getting on base, they have a team 467 on base percentage, which is definitely one of the best in the nation. They do it so well inside those foul lines and behind the plate. They will rock some out here today at Bottegal Field on the campus of Our Lady of Good Counsel High School. We're excited for a very good one. We hope all of you stay tuned for a great game on GCTV. Last night, the Falcons traveled over to Bishop O'Connell. They lost 11-4. Bishop O'Connell lights out last night. Definitely not a pitcher's duel. A lot of runs scored, but O'Connell definitely found their stuff behind the plate. Robinson deals, and that one is a ball.
Yeah, I mean, last night, right, O'Connell was really jumping on the first inning and going into the second. Look, this is a thing that Good Counsel's realized these last couple of games, and this is what they're going to limit, especially on the bump in the field, and then they're going to come back at that with their energy at the plate, maybe get a couple base hits, get some steals. The aggression here is going to be a really big key for this Falcons team.
Jazz Walker swings, hit that one out of play. Walker, the 5-hole for the Knights so far this year. Been very good. He's got a lot of extra base hits, great on base percentage as well, which is definitely amazing 1-2 combination behind the plate. He's going to take one in the dirt there. It's Robinson. Fires a curveball, bouncing it in. Robinson kicks, fires. And that one, he's gonna get Walker to chase. The Falcons will throw it around the horn. 1 out for Robinson. Great start to the inning for him. See Walker out in front on the curveball there. Great spot from Robinson. Put it right in the dirt. Got the hitter on his toes. Way out in front. And all he can do is just fan at that. Now Kubali for the Knights. He's going to take strike 1. Counts now 0-1. Kian Kaboli, the catcher. Number 20. That one's low and outside. Robinson on the bump. Out of the windup. Fires it into home. That one's low. Ball 2. As we know, this Good Counsel baseball team is very, very young. 2 starters that are freshmen. Brady McNatt starting at second base. Aiden Delgandio, the designated hitter. They've been very good for this Falcons team this year, but we are excited to see how they grow throughout the future. As Robinson kicks, fires. That one's ball 4 on the outside corner, just a bit outside. He's going to take the trip down to first base. Here's Ragsdale, the two-way player for this Knights team today. Going from both sides of the ball. Dealing on the mound. He's also very respected in the batter's box, as that one's low, and Bizak will chase it. But all runners will hold.
I'll tell you, Paul, it is a packed house today.
Oh yeah, everyone's showing up for this WCAC semifinal.
Yeah, I haven't seen it like this. It's been a while.
It is buzzing on campus. Like we said earlier, multiple playoff games all throughout the week. Here at Our Lady of Good Counsel High School. You'll see more from GCTV later in the week. Checking in on Bizak there. He's looking good. Jonathan Robinson on the bump so far. He's been amazing. 2 runners, no hits allowed through 1 and a third. Robinson fires in. And that one's poked out to the gap, and that one's going to get down. You're going to fire it in. Play at third base. Everyone's safe. And Kaboli tricks the Falcons. He just walked into home. The Falcons standing there with their mouths open.
Umpire having a conversation out with Steve Balance, but I mean, look, we have this first person view, and I really haven't seen that in, I don't think ever, but
I think the Falcons, Andrew Kirk playing third base for the Falcons, got a little bit confused. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication, something said from the umpires on the other hand.
I'll tell you, if that was me out there, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be throwing to home because I wouldn't know what's going on. But
that was a great swing by the pitcher, Ragsdale. Caden Ragsdale sent a poke. One hop in the fence out in left center. It was way out there. Great job by this Falcons outfield to get it in quick.
So both of these head coaches now, Coach Steve Balance having a little meeting. It's breaking up now, but that was out at home. And the third base coach for O'Connell, head coach Chris Burr, said he's having a conversation out at third, but
we're still not fully sure what happened. We're waiting for confirmation, but all we know is that run will stand. The Knights up 1-0 on the double from Ragsdale.
So that will leave a runner on second.
Grubb up for the Knights. Number 1, Lucas Grubb, the junior. Robinson checking the runner over at second. He'll fire into the plate. Strike on the outside corner. Great pitch from Robinson. Robinson getting the signs from his catcher.
Big lead out at second from Ragsdale.
Robinson fires home.
He's going.
Ooh. Catcher Drew Bizak tries to throw it over to third, but Grubb in the batter's box will get hit, and that's going to be marked as batter's interference. He was out of the batter's box. So that runner, Ragsdale, still going to have to stay at second.
And these good counsel, these good counsel catchers, like, they're made of a tough breed, whether it be varsity down to freshman, sophomore. Like, there's some historically amazing catchers within this program, and I think, you know, Bizak he's had the littlest amount of pass balls that I think I've seen in a while, and just, it's going to be looking great for the Falcons these next couple of years in a catching standpoint.
A lot of up-and-coming players for the Good Counsel Falcons. They've definitely been on the rise of late. A lot of headlines talking about this up-and-coming Falcons team, especially after a win last Saturday in the quarterfinals against St. John's. The upset win 2-0 at St. John's. Surprise to a lot of people, but not this Falcons team. They were not surprised at all. They believed in themselves the whole year, says Coach Balance. Didn't doubt themselves one bit.
Yeah, I mean, that was big, but You're just going to put that as a source and then keep going, winning these games versus the Knights, go on to the championship, and just go from there. But regardless of what happens in the future, that was an outstanding pitcher's duel, an outstanding game played down in DC on Saturday.
Robinson kicks, fires to the plate. Now it's going to be fouled back by Ferreira. Nick Ferreira, the senior, playing second base today.
You've seen some long at-bats here today.
Yeah, batters grinding out these at-bats hard. Working to get walks, get on base.
Yep, that's going to tell you, you know, the kind of approach they take for their hitting, not just in game, but practice, just how the program is set up.
They know big hits can always come, like it did earlier in the inning when Caden Ragsdale lined one out to left center field, scoring one. He's on second base at the moment. The two-way player, Ragsdale, definitely one of the best players in the DMV, especially because he is a freshman. Two-way player as a freshman, starting on the number 3 team in Virginia. Definitely a huge feat. Ragsdale's going to go a long way. So is that ball, and that's going to be tracked down but dropped in the outfield. Gets it into Frick at second base. That was going to score a run. Ragsdale comes into home. Ferreira lines one into right center field.
They're going to hope he's okay out there.
Looks like Drew Bezak out in the outfield, playing center field today. He's down. Doesn't look amazing. A great swing by Nick Ferreira. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll see you right after this. Back a bunch of times.
I know, I feel.
And welcome back into the broadcast, everybody. Checking on Drew Bezak out in center field. He's going to stay in the game. Took a hard tumble. We are back. I'd like to apologize for the wind. It is a very windy day out here. A lot of gusts.
Oh, yeah. It's blowing heavy out. I think I said this in the intro, but blowing heavy out towards left field, a little bit of center.
Falcons coming back. They're going to decide. To put on Bryant James on first base. Try and get that force opportunity. He is one of the most feared hitters in the area. So is everyone else in this Bishop O'Connell's Knights lineup. So it's hard to decide that decision. Here's Cam Bates up for the Knights. Bates takes one on the outside corner. That one's going to be a ball. Counts 1-1. Robinson up on the bump. Checking his runners. And he's going to fire towards the plate. Bates waves at one in the dirt. 1-2 count now for Jonathan Robinson. Robinson kicks and fires home, and that one's blocked by the catcher, but he's gonna eat it. All the runners advance. Good block by the Good Counsel catcher, but everyone will move up a base. Second and third now, 2 runners in scoring position for Cam Bates. 2 outs. The 2-2 count. Robinson fires into the plate. Ball on the outside. 3-2, 2 outs with 2 runners in scoring position.
Just looking to shut the door here. That's all he's trying to do.
Jonathan Robinson versus Cam Bates. Big pitch here. Robinson kicks, fires towards the plate, and that one fielded by Brett Frick. He'll throw it a first pick at first base by Ryan Knoll. We will send you to the bottom of the second right after this. Welcome back into the broadcast, everybody. It's the WCAC Semifinals presented by Under Armour here on GCTV. Thank you so much for tuning in. Pitcher so far, Ragsdale has been dueling for the Knights. Caden Ragsdale, the freshman, two-way player. 0-2 count quickly to start the bottom of the second.
And I mean, hey, he was showcasing some speed on the base paths too. I mean, I'd say he's a 3-way type of guy.
Ragsdale throwing with a lot of intent right now. Definitely pumping it in there very hard. On the radar gun. 1-2 count. Ragsdale kicks, fires. That one sent out to center field, going back towards the track. Off the top of the wall! He's rounded second, headed towards third, and he's going to be up there for a triple!
There it is. Hits right the top of the 9.
Brandon Spivak drives one way out to right center.
That's what you need to do.
Hits the very tippy top of the wall. Way out there. You can feel the carry in this ballpark. Caught that one right off the sweet spot.
1-0, showcasing the power right near his senior number out there. His last game at Bottegal Field.
Ragsdale fires in to number 23, Jonathan Robinson. And pardon, we've gotten the starting pitcher for Good Counsel's name wrong. That is Aiden Rolnick for starting for the Falcons today. Rolnick, he's been dealing really well. We apologize for that little mix-up. But here's Robinson, takes one on the inside corner. Strike one, 2-1 count. Robinson takes one up. Little curveball up in the zone. Buckles the knees a little bit. Ragsdale kicks and fires. They're going to see if he went, but he did not. Check over to first base umpire. He says no. Ragsdale wanted the call there. Didn't get it. Good patience by Jonathan Robinson. 3-2 count. He deals. Inside corner, ball 4.
There was some smart thinking from the O'Connell catcher.
Gets by him. He's going to hold Spivak at third. First and third runners on the corners. Now, for this Falcons baseball team, let's see if they can capitalize. One of the things they've struggled with this season is leaving runners on base. They've been keeping them stranded a lot. They're going to pinch run for Spivak.
So Salsa gets the run call out at third. Another senior for Good Counsel.
Here's Evan Markovitz now up for the Falcons. He's big. He's got a lot of power. Definitely crank him out there, but he's also got a very good on-base percentage. Keep those strikeouts low. He's going to take strike 1 on the inside corner. Gaten Ragsdale checks runner over at first. He's going to go. Markowitz grounds it over to second base, hustling over to first. It's going to be an out. Play over at third base. He's going to be safe. Jonathan Robinson goes first to third on a chopper in the infield. Great base running by this Falcons team. They're going to score a run also.
He was moving around that second base bag.
2-1 also. Salsa comes in to score. Evan Markowitz gets the RBI. Chopper over to second base. Once again, great thinking by Jonathan Robinson, getting over first to third, capitalizing on that slow chopper. Brady McNatt offers up bunt, but he's going to pull it back. Strike 1. Brady McNatt, the sophomore, starting at second base for this Falcons team. Struggled a little bit at the plate this year. See if he can come through today in the semifinals. Once again, this is a best-of-3 series. Last night, the Knights won Game 1. Falcons got to win today to force a Game 3. Falcons trying to sack squeeze, but McNatt can't get the bunt down. The Knights going to get him out at home. Sacrifice squeeze. If you do not know, bunt is going to be laid down by the batter who is hitting, and runner on third. As soon as the pitch is thrown, it's going to break towards the plate. If that batter doesn't get the bunt down, it's lights out. Brady McNatt gets a hold of one, and he's going to one-hop the wall. McNatt rounding first, heading towards 2, and he's going to get up there. Standing Brady McNatt one-hops the wall. McNatt shows off his power. Mistake there from Ragsdale, and he leaves one hanging up in the zone. McNatt, too good of a hitter to not take advantage of that. McNatt, the sophomore, drives one out to left center. Redeems himself.
You had the runner at third there. You would have kept him another pitch or two. You would have had him in, tied this game. But, you know, you have some good guys coming up here. A lot of depth in this lineup. but they're flashing a lot of buttons. That's what they've been doing this inning.
Trying to get Rasgard off his game with bunt. McNatt over at second base has a lot of speed. Might be trying to advance him over. Pettiford waves at that offering. Little high heat from Rasgard. Ragsdale, pardon me. The 0-2 offering for Ragsdale. Just a little bit up.
Leaving it up. But, I mean, hey, Ragsdale's been throwing up in the zone a lot today. I think this is something that these Good Counsel hitters can learn from his pitching mechanics, his style. That's where he likes to go when he gets later in the count.
High fastball, especially these days. Those upswings. This one's fouled, but stays in play. Number 3, Nick Ferreira, the infielder. He's going to snag it in foul territory. We will get you to the top of the third right after this. Welcome back to the top of the third here at Bottegal Field at Our Lady of Good Counsel High School. It's the WCAC Semifinals presented by Under Armour. If you just missed it, a great second inning for both teams. The Falcons putting a run on the board, but a lot of pressure with a triple and a double. Brady McNatt hitting one to the wall. And James Pettiford knocking one off the top of the wall in right center. Up for the Knights now. Number 9, Jack Woda. The catcher for the Knights got a lot of pop in that bat. He's going to sky that one up and out of play. Woda not happy that he missed that one. Definitely thought he could have sent that one a long way. He's got the power for it. The wind's blowing out today, if you can't hear over the broadcast. Rolnick fires one on the outside corner, but it's going to be a ball. Aiden Rolnick been dealing so far today for the Falcons. Once again, we apologize for that little name switch up we had in the beginning. We're going to give all the credit to Aiden Rolnick as he throws a punchy. They're going to throw it around the horn, the Falcons. And Aiden Rolnick on a roll to start the third. Jack Woda goes down looking. Some high heat up on the outside corner. Up and away, Rolnick loves to go there where his hitters can't. Saw it there. Froze him in his feet as Rolnick deals. to number 10, Walker McElwin. McElwin, the 4-hole for the Knights. Batting cleanup today. Rolnick kicks and fires. That one's going to be down in the dirt. Ball 2.
I think on defense, you know, this is a matchup that's not too rare at all. These teams know each other well, and knowing the coaching staff of this varsity squad, they really don't they really don't shortchange when it comes to viewing trends or really seeing what these common offensive or opposing trends really may be. So you're going to see a lot of plays that, you know, might result in a shift from this Falcons defense, getting these outs more efficiently just so they can get back up to the plate as I say that. And
Brett Frick fields a hot chopper right at him. He'll throw it over to first. 2 outs for this Falcons defense. This is the 4th meeting between these two teams, as Camden was saying. They know a lot about each other, definitely familiar foes.
Yeah, this isn't going to be one of your matchups like PVI or Ireton where, you know, you don't really see it too commonly. This is more of a little routine thing that I'd say, and so you're really just going to see some more knowledge coming into this game, especially getting into the 3rd inning.
So far in the last 3 matchups, the Knights have been superior over the Falcons, winning all 3, 2 at home, 1 here at Bottegal Field. Number 11, Jazz Walker, takes a little check swing and will foul it out of play.
But I mean, this Falcons middle infield, they've really been very, very efficient recording outs, which is something that you don't always see from these defensive teams in that space.
As Walker takes a strike on the outside corner. Rolnick, little off speed there, looked like a changeup from where we are.
One of the best views in the house, I'd argue.
Aiden Rolnick fires, and that one's going to be a little bit low. Great job laying off. Good patience from Chaz Walker, the senior. 2-2 count. 2 outs. Aiden Rolnick deals to Chaz Walker. That one's going to be a ball. Low and outside. Chaz Walker. Great at bat so far. Rolnick kicks, fires in. 1, 2, 3 for the Falcons. Rolnick showing some emotion. This Falcons team on a roll. We'll see if they can continue it in the bottom of the 3rd. Get the bats going after this. Welcome back to Bottegal Field at Our Lady of Good Counsel High School. The Bishop O'Connell Knights up 2-1 over the home Good Counsel Falcons. Up to bat now for this Falcons team, Andrew Kirk, the 3rd baseman, bottom of the lineup. He'll fan at that offering. Caden Ragsdale, such an important part of this O'Connell baseball team, as he fires another strike in there. 0-2 for Kirk. Saw earlier in the game, he smashed an RBI double into the left center gap.
These gappers, those outfield gappers from the Falcons, you know, that's a common thing, and that's something they do well.
Kirk grounds it over to the shortstop, Brian James. He'll fire it over to first. The Virginia commit gets a putout. He's been a very big part of this O'Connell baseball team. Definitely a leader over there on the infield at shortstop. You can tell by the way he handles himself on the baseball field, doesn't get too emotional.
Yeah.
Keeps it in himself, stays calm as Brett Frick gets nailed by that offering. He's going to take a hit by pitch, walk over to first base.
Once again, we've seen him already get on base today. This is a guy shifty on those bases, man. I mean, he can move. He can haul.
He is definitely a speedster. Baseball gods definitely blessed him with some fast feet. Great leadoff hitter. Now here's Ryan Knoll up to bat. He'll foul that offering off behind the plate. Once again, we apologize for the wind. It is very windy out here.
Yeah.
We cannot control the weather. We wish we could.
But hey, it's not raining, I'll tell you that.
It's a great day for baseball. The wind's blowing out to left field. Had a lot of great swings by both teams. We're expecting this to be a very high-scoring game. Ryan Knoll down 0-2 in this count, though. See if he can battle back. He's going to take a pitch in the dirt. Frick stays put over at first base. Great block.
And again with these gusts, I mean, I remember the last time we were out here, that St. John's game, and storms came out of nowhere. Those winds, yeah, they picked up. They were moving.
Jack Woda behind the plate, the catcher for this Knights baseball team. Great block to keep Frick over at first. As Knoll takes one on the inside, that'll be a ball. 2-2 count now for the junior. Ryan Knoll, definitely one of the better known names of this Falcons team. He'll ground one down the left field line. Over by the corner. Frick going home. Brian James fires it towards the plate. Frick safe. Ryan Knoll, RBI double. He gets this Falcons team riled up.
And the hit and run, I knew it was coming, and I knew that's a dangerous guy you have on first base there. He comes in home, no problem.
He is flying around those bases, kicking up dirt.
Oh yeah, that jersey, it will not stay clean for long. The clean white, yeah, you might expect it to look more of like that beige infield dirt brown that you so often see on this guy's stomach, his back, everywhere.
Great swing by Ryan Knoll there. Turning on an inside fastball. Drives it down the left field line as Drew Bezak hits one through the hole. Ryan Knoll gonna get the wave from Coach Steve Valens. He's heading home. Brian James holds it. The Falcons up 3-2.
Back-to-back consecutive, almost identical plays coming in there. Turning around third, getting the lead. That's how you get it done.
The Falcons finding a groove here in the bottom of the third.
So O'Connell's going to take their first mound visit of the day.
Trying to calm everybody down, especially that freshman on the bump. Ragsdale running a little bit of trouble here in the bottom of the third.
And this narrative is really going to pay off for the Falcons. Like, you see them push, they keep going through, especially when you get to the middle part of the games. That's not always the case, but it has been a more historically common theme to see.
The Falcons back-to-back hits to drive in two.
That's just how you get it done. It's how you get it done.
Very, very consistent baseball by this Falcons offense. See if they can continue it on here. As Drew Bezak steals second base.
I can't emphasize it enough. I mean, this Falcons team on the bases, simply put, they are incredibly dangerous. And we've already seen so many plays that they're taking advantage of today, and I'm sure there's more to come.
Coach Balance is definitely known for being aggressive on the base paths.
100%.
Here's Brendan Spivak. Batting cleanup today. He went off the top of the wall earlier. Now he's going to get by the catcher, Wuda.
And Paul, honing in again on the direction that you see from Coach Steve Balance. In his 4th year at the program, you've really seen almost a night and day switch. This used to be a team where other guys would come in and be like, hey, you know, we can easily knock him out. But ever since he's taken over, it has been an entirely new program.
Had a home playoff game the last 2 years, continued on this year.
Yeah, so
you can see the trend that is going on with Coach Balance. He likes to say that his motto is chasing rings.
Yeah, last year they hosted Gonzaga. At this exact point in the series, you saw a lot of power in that game, especially from that Gonzaga offense. But hey, the narrative's flipping. It's Good Counsel's turn to break open the door and have a solo.
Brennan Spivak fouls that one back into the net. He's going to rip that one through the left side. Another RBI for this Falcons baseball team. They're on a roll. 3 straight hits through the left side for the Good Counsel Falcons.
Have a day at the plate for all these guys. These last at-bats, this left field line is seeing quite a lot amount of action, and so is that home plate.
Noel, Bezak, and Spivak. 3 in a row. It all started with Noel's gapper down the left field line. He turned on an inside fastball, drove it through, and everything got started from there. This Falcons baseball team on a roll in the bottom of the 3rd. #23, Jonathan Robinson takes an inside fastball there. Strike 1. Robinson. He's going to sky that one, sky high, coming down the left field line.
What a route that the shortstop just ran. I mean, he went out there. Hat came off, but making way for the left fielder.
Caboli, the left fielder, tracks it down, gets under it, gets a squeeze. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 3rd. The Knights just trying to fight through the offense. Ragsdale trying to finish off the 3rd, get out of this jam that he's put himself in. Evan Markowitz now up to bat, the senior. Markowitz takes one right down the pipe. 1-1 count. Ragsdale kicks and fires. Ragsdale on the bump for the Knights today.
Markowitz, this is a guy, you see him lift the ball up a lot. And this is something that we've already been seeing today, and just, you know, him being one of these rare guys hitting from the left side. And
he slugs .446. He's going to rope a foul ball down the left field line. He's got a lot of power in that bat. .446 slugging. He's got a .282 batting average while he's at it.
Going opposite field there with the foul. I mean, this is just a magnet down this line where we conveniently happen to be located.
Markowitz hits one through the right side. And Salsa Chavangsa goes first to 3rd. Runners on the corners. The Falcons 4 straight hits. They're stringing together an amazing rally in the bottom of the 3rd.
Hey, I'll tell you this, Paul. I mean, this hits column in the box score, at least at the end of this inning, it's going to be hurting because they've really been crushing the ball here in these last couple of at-bats. And there's no sign of slowing down. You know, you got 2 outs, but you got some confident guys coming up. And, hey, I'll tell you this, McNatt, he's going to get it done.
This Falcons team starting to find their groove against Ragsdale. They struggled in the first 2 innings against him, but now they are on a roll. Brittany McNatt takes a ball, but Markovitz will advance up to second. 2 runners in scoring position for the Falcons. For Brady McNatt, who had a double earlier in this game. McNatt, number 6, the sophomore. He's going to take a strike.
So both runners in scoring position.
Ragsdale checks the run, kicks and fires towards the plate. McNatt fouls that one back. Nat gonna take his time. 1-2 count here. Ragsdale trying to finish off the inning. Fires towards the plate. Just a bit outside. Take you on a little flashback to Brady McNatt's smash double earlier in the game off the top of the wall. McNatt fires a shot into right field. Sliding catch by the right fielder, Lucas Grubb. Grubb and the Knights head into the top of the 4th on a roll.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
They're trying to slip and slide their way into the WCAC Championship. We will be back right after this. And welcome back into the broadcast, everybody. I'm here with fellow freshman Lucas. Hey, Lucas, thank you so much for coming on the broadcast.
Of course. What's up, guys?
You're here today. You've seen from this O'Connell baseball team, what do you think Ragsdale needs to do to get back on track? Or do you think the O'Connell needs to move in a different direction?
So I think that Ragsdale needs to just throw strikes, keep in the zone, you know? That's all we need now. Oh.
High chopper, Frick retreats, but he's going to fire it in.
Attaboy.
Safe at first base. Just barely beat him by half a step. Great work by Frick to get it over there. But Caboli moving down the line.
So yeah, you just heard a little insider from the freshman-sophomore captain, Lucas Haight, on what they need to do as the near out goes to Brett Frick.
Here's the two-way player, Ragsdale, pitcher and the DH today. Ragsdale takes first pitch for a ball. Ball 1. Runner on first for Aiden Rolnick.
Opportunity to turn 2 is always open. Always an option.
Rolnick fires towards the plate. And Ragsdale hits a line single down in left field. Got it right down in front of James Pettiford. About a step in front of him. Great swing by Ragsdale. For his second hit of the day, he's 2 for 2 so far. Ragsdale, an RBI double in the second inning to put the Knights on top by 1, but that score has since flipped. The Falcons up 4-2 as Rolnick deals home. Bunt offering shown by Lucas Grubb. He's gonna pull back. It's gonna be called a ball. Falcons team doesn't necessarily agree with that. They thought he kept up with it, but the umpires saw everything. Here comes Coach Steve Balance up towards the mound. He's going to have a talk with his infield, calming down Aiden Rolnick.
So the first mound visit from Coach Balance today. We've seen one already from Coach Bearset of the Knights of O'Connell, but now just returning the favor. Maybe just telling them to calm down and getting out of this inning just so they can get up and hit.
Number 23, Jonathan Robinson, up warming in the pen, for this Falcons team. The Knights bullpen also has got a little bit of action going on. Both teams giving all they got to get to the WCAC Championships at Bob Turtle Smith Stadium at Maryland.
It's going to be a great series, regardless of who's in it. You know, just one of these two teams, they're going to be in it, and it's just going to be something that you're going to want to watch.
Bunt shown from Grubb, and now it's going to get through. Grubb makes it safely to first, a bunt single.
That's something you don't see every day. He was just able to poke it in, enough behind it to get past the pitcher, not enough so it wouldn't really get too close to the Falcons catcher. And hey, if it works, it works.
Noel charged hard from first. Grubb hit a very hard bunt, came very fast off the bat, very unexpected. Noel was not ready for it, and he gets through.
Getting it done.
Great bunt
all they're
from
doing.
James Grubb. Now the bases are juiced for number 3, Nick Ferreira. Aiden Rolnick.
Tension
no
rising.
Outs. Bases loaded. See what he can do to try and fight and get out of this jam. Rolnick fires towards the plate. Ferreira takes one in the dirt for ball 1.
It's getting loud out here. These decibels are rising.
Happen about right now. The Paul VI Panthers should be playing the Gonzaga High School Eagles. And the other semifinal, we will get you a score update on that soon.
That's going to be one to watch. I mean, you had Gonzaga go out, win the championship. I think that was 2022. PVI, they've come off the map. And, you know, they got a nice Friday night lights game in, if you don't remember, from last year. They faced off with the Falcons. And that was pretty much, I'd say, one-sided from the PVI pitcher. And that's what really benefited the Panthers to get the win.
This year, PVI went undefeated in the WCAC, beating teams like O'Connell They were amazing so far. They've got a lot of star players going to D1 colleges. They've been very good this year. They're trying to finish off that amazing season and stay undefeated through the playoffs. They're facing Gonzaga tonight. Like I said, we will get you a score update on that soon to see who will be playing in the championship.
And let me just say, Paul, going undefeated in the WCAC, I don't think you understand really how hard that is. These are teams that are always going to be in the top of their state rankings, if not the national rankings. You have some insanely good programs, as he mentioned, and the D1 commits and just the amazing coaching experience that comes from it. But hey, they're beating Gonzaga right now, bottom of the second, 1-0.
As this game moves on, we will give you updates of that game in case you are trying to track that too. As Aiden Rolnick fires one down by us. Left side rolls one over into foul territory. Ferreira up to bat for the Knights. 3-2, no outs, bases juiced. Rolnick deals, Ferreira rolls one over. Kirk steps on third, fires over to first base, not in time. Ferreira gets an RBI single, fielder's choice. Ferreira moving down the line. Great work by Andrew Kirk to step on third, trying to get it over to first. Now we've got a hard decision for the Falcons. Aiden Rolnick facing the #1 player on this team, #5 in Virginia.
And I mean, look,
Ryan James, he's going to Virginia College to play shortstop as a freshman. He waves at that offering from Rolnick.
Turn and 2 here. It's looking very good for the Falcons. That's just what you want to get. Get back up at the plate. Do what they were doing last inning and score a couple more runs. Tack them on, tack them on, tack them on.
Brian James gets that one up the middle. Error by Brady McNatt. Fires it in and gets Brian James at second base. 2 outs. But a run does score. It was a hit and run. Brian James does his job, gets it through, but a little bit too aggressive on the base paths and gets thrown at second.
And I mean, Paul, so many times for this Falcons team, this is where we see a change in the approach. This is where we see, oh yeah, once it's tied up, we might have had the lead. But then this is where you see the effort kind of go a little bit down and it just trends downward. But here, look, you're not going to flatline, but you're going to keep it going, and this game is going to stay competitive.
Brady McNatt has an error. He lets that one through and lets one score. Great work by Brian James to execute the hit and run. This O'Connell team, very crafty in what they do. Same with Good Counsel. That's why we're expecting this one to be a dog fight no matter what happens.
Oh yeah, I mean, crafty is exactly how I'd put it. They make anything work.
It is the top of the 4th inning, 4-4. The O'Connell Knights, 2 runs so far this inning. Got a runner on third, 2 outs, trying to see if they can bring another one home and retake the lead. As #4, Bryant Cam Bates lines one down the left field line. Slides head first into second. The Bishop O'Connell Knights retake the lead 5-4.
That's just what they do, Paul. That is what they do. They're granted with an opportunity. They don't pass it up. They go through and they go above and beyond to do what they need to do to win a ball game.
Cam Bates, great swing, gets in front and turns on a high fastball. Drives it into left field. One hops the wall. The Falcons, a little bit flustered. They're going to put a runner on base to try and get that force back.
Yeah, they're going to
put in a pitching change. Jonathan Robinson coming in for Aiden Rolnick. That's a great performance by Aiden Rolnick. He'll be very happy with how he performed today with this O'Connell offense being so good. As Jonathan Robinson warms up, we will take a quick break and get you back to some WCAC action right after this. Live from Good Counsel, it's some WCAC playoff baseball. The semifinals, game 2 here at Bottegal Field on the campus of Our Lady of Good Counsel High School. The Knights of Bishop O'Connell leading the Falcons 5-4. We are in the top of the 4th. Jonathan Robinson now on the mound for the Falcons. Up to bat now for the Knights, the 4-hitter, Walker McElwin. The junior got a lot of pop in that bat. Robinson, low fastball for strike 1. 1-1 count. Robinson can crank the numbers on the radar gun. He'll really fire him in there. Especially, he can also get you with his off-speed pitches. He throws a very, very good changeup with a lot of ride. Could definitely get a hitter off balance, give him a rollover, get him in on his hands, and that's one of the things he's best at. See if he can do the same thing against this Bishop O'Connell Knights offense, which is so known around the DMV for being so powerful.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, look, the Good Counsel pitching today, as well as O'Connell, we have not seen an astronomical amount of walks whatsoever. I mean, we had a walk, first batter in the first inning, but other than that, it has stayed relatively minimal to none. I mean,
a lot of runs scored, a lot of hits.
Oh, yeah.
Like you said, both pitchers being very conservative. They're working deep counts, but they're also giving up a lot of hits, and that's what caused this high score in the 4th inning. The Knights up by 1. Scored 3 so far. They were down 4-2 to start the top of the 4th.
Yeah, there was just a surge from both sides.
Runners were moving on a 3-2, 2 outs. And that's going to be a walk. Bases juiced now.
So just as I bring up the walks, we see a walk, but it's okay. First batter faced of the day from Robinson on the pitching change that we just took a little break for.
Speaking of walks, it's a bat for the Knights, Chaz Walker, the senior, number 11, 6'1", 200 pounds. He's been very good this year, 378 batting average, on fire behind the plate. Definitely one of the better players for this Knights team.
Yeah, I mean, I know we talked about it, but look, you just got to face it. This O'Connell team, their average, just for batting average, everybody combined, it is insane. And this is kind of the showcase, if you will, that what we've seen today has just been not as much pitching, but very much heavier from the, I don't really know if that makes sense, but yeah, very heavy from the batter's box.
Walker, 16 extra base hits on the season. I'm going to go 6 home runs.
Man.
In 27 games. Very special from Chaz Walker this year. Definitely been on fire of late. See if you can continue that with the bases juiced. 2 outs. Jonathan Robinson trying to keep the scoring to a minimum. 2-1. And that's a strike down at the bottom of the zone. It's a little riding fastball. Comes back up. Great pitch from Jonathan Robinson. Gives him a low heater. Buckles them knees.
Sun's beginning to poke out once again. We saw a little bit of clouds coming in. They're still present totally, but hey, the warmth is coming back. Wind staying how it was, however.
The 2-2. Chaz Walker grounds it over to third base, and Andrew Kirk will hustle over to third, step on the base, and they'll limit the damage. The Knights.
And we are back for some postseason action at Bottegal Field, where the Our Lady of Good Counsel Falcons take on the Knights of O'Connell. It is currently a 5-4 game with Good Counsel trailing by 1.
James Pettiford takes the strike.
You've seen some, I mean, we've seen some web gems coming from Pettiford this year.
Number 22, Connor Terry on the bunt now for the Knights.
So yeah, talking about Pettiford again, this is a guy, he has two sides to him. Defensive, great. And at the plate, also great. But yeah, the junior, he's going to be a guy that they're going to want to keep around for next year.
Terreri gets his first strikeout of the night. Connor Terreri, the left-handed pitcher. The junior dealing out of the bullpen for this O'Connell team. Now up to bat, Andrew Kirk for the Falcons, playing third base. One of the better pitchers in the WCAC. We saw him a couple nights ago against the Sherwood Warriors on one of our last GCTV broadcasts. He shows bunt, but he'll pull it back.
And again, talking about Kirk, right? He was on the mound Saturday's game versus the Cadets down in D.C. He held them to 0 runs. I'm pretty sure he was a perfect, complete game, throwing an astronomically high amount of pitches. But this is just another guy. He can really do both. Just one of their key core guys that's going to keep this momentum rolling here.
Coming right at us, Andrew Kirk fouls one down the left field line.
Chops right up at the broadcast booth.
Terreri fires, and that one's going to be fouled off the end of the bat to the right side.
So along the lines, it is just peppered, both the first base side and the third base side, peppered with people from both schools down all the way. And just the support to see, it is just amazing. I think this is an environment that you really can't really get anywhere else. Even in the outfield, too. You got people standing on the other side of the fence, and it's beautiful.
Kirk takes an inside fastball for ball 3. 3-2 count, 1 out for Andrew Kirk and Connor Terreri, pardon me. Terreri fires. Kirk takes an outside fastball that could have gone either way. Great eye from Andrew Kirk, right on the line.
Kirk, he's repping the same number as his coach, Steve Balance. Both repping the 1-7 today.
Move it up to the top of the lineup. They're going to flip it over again. Brett Frick, the leadoff. We're going to see if Coach Balance might want to play some tricks today. Maybe lay a bunt down with Frick.
Oh, yeah, he can be a magician, all right. He can get it done.
There it is. Bunt gets down. He's going to fire it over to first base. Frick is out. But Andrew Kirk will move over to second base. Coach Balance and Brett Frick get Andrew Kirk into scoring position, trying to tie the Knights here in the bottom of the 4th. Here comes Ryan Knoll, the junior. A lot of power in his bat.
And Paul, Brett and Coach Steve Balance, they almost work as a duo team together. Especially on these base paths, they've scored so many runs throughout this whole season. Just working together, getting the right calls, and just getting in there safe. That's all that matters. End of the day, that's just what you want.
Terreri kicks, fires over to Knoll. Knoll way behind that fastball. They're offering blue by Knoll. The high heat from Terreri. Gone Terreri dealing. That one on the outside corner going to be called a ball.
If you can just get a gapper here, you have 2 outs, guy in scoring position. Given the fact he's only on second, you just want something that really, really sets up just some more runs to come on in before we head into the 5th.
Terreri steps off, making sure Andrew Kirk doesn't go anywhere. He's got a big lead over there at second base. Knoll shows some patience. Holds himself from swinging at that one in the dirt. Terreri trying to get him chased down low. Terreri kicks in, fires, blows it by Ryan Knoll.
Going back to
that. He's flustered, trying to get his timing right on Terreri.
Going back to that game, PVI versus Gonzaga. PVI's up 2-0, still in the bottom of the third.
Terreri kicks and fires, roll. Ryan Knoll pops it up, out of play down the right field line. Headed towards the stadium where girls lacrosse is playing at the moment. Boys lacrosse got the win earlier today. Their game started at about 3 o'clock. The girls are playing right now, trying to advance their way into the WCAC Semifinals.
I mean, that girls lacrosse program, it is huge. You see them walking down to the game. It's looking like a whole pack. They're just ready, and that's one of the reasons that I believe they're one of the better teams in the country.
They've won 4 straight WCAC championships. They've been top 25 in the USA Lacrosse national rankings for the last 6 years.
Oh, yeah. Looking to get that banner full in the Kane Center.
Ryan Knoll hits one through the left side past Brian James, and that's going to be an RBI single. Ryan Knoll ties up this ball game.
That's how you get it done right there. That's really what we were just talking about. The gapper, 2 outs, super beneficial. He gets it done.
We are even here at Bottegal Field on the campus of Our Lady of Good Counsel High School. It's been a great game so far. We've got 2.5 innings left. Pardon me, 3.5 innings left.
But this has just been a very consistent competition between the two squads. I mean, it is fun to watch, and we're glad to have you here with us.
We knew it was going to be a dogfight. They're rocking and rolling, giving it all they got out here. They're getting into the danger zone. It's Connor Terreri on the bump right now. For the Knights, kicks and fires. Strike. Drew Bezak takes one, off speed, down the middle of the plate. Bezak on his front foot a little bit there. Terreri so good with mixing up his timing. That hot fastball, but Drew Bezak punches one through the left side. Another single. Drew Bezak 2 for 3 today. He is on a roll.
Coming up big. That's how you get it done, Bezak.
Drew Bezak and Ryan Knoll, the junior duo. Definitely one of the best duos in the DMV. They're both very hard to face.
Now, this has been a game, it's been a talk of the town for a while. You see a sea of blue polos out here. The students coming out. Got just tons of people, and just to watch a great ball game. Moods are being lifted, and it's beautiful just watching it unfold.
On the other hand, a lot of fans from O'Connell made the 2-hour drive, and that's on a good day.
Oh,
with no traffic.
You'd be lucky.
We thank all of them for coming out, showing support. We know that is not a very fun drive to make, but it is worth it for this WCAC semifinal game that we have seen so far.
And even if you can't make the trek up here, you're watching it with us.
We thank all of you for tuning in to GCTV. It's been an amazing game so far. Connor Terreri on the bump for the Knights, trying to stay out of trouble.
Win picking up once again. Just been in and out the whole time, but you know what? It hasn't really posed a big threat.
Brennan Spivak, the lefty, number 10. Foul that one off the catcher's mitt.
Going on to third, but they're going to call dead ball. And Paul, we talk about depth all the time from this Good Counsel lineup, but one of the things that they come up on the shorter end of the stick on is their amount of left-handed hitters, at least those who start They really don't have a lot of guys that are going to be ripping them down the right field line. But when they do, it comes up in the biggest situations quite possibly in their whole season. And that's kind of what you're looking at today.
One of their usual lefties, Braxton Rose, not in the lineup tonight.
If you remember, he started the season off with an injury.
And Connor Torreri gets Brendan Spivak out on his front foot. He waves at that curveball offering in the dirt. Not even going to try for a drop third strike. The Knights on a roll. They're going to try and get the bats going in the top of the fifth. We will see you right after this. As we return to the top of the fifth here at Bottegal Field at Our Lady of Good Counsel High School. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Paul Scango. I'm standing next to my color announcer, Camden Sarah. We are so happy to bring this WCAC semifinal matchup to you live on GCTV. Jonathan Robinson on the bump for the Falcons. It's going to Braden McNatt. Throws that one over to Ryan Knoll.
The consistency of this infield, you don't really see any errors. One of the factors being, right, you have quite the nice facility. You don't really have lots of dirt, rocks that can really get in the way. But just, the training, the effort that goes into it, it's really paying off here in these big moments under the spotlight.
Here's the starting pitcher from earlier, Ragsdale. As we've said, he is a two-way player. So even though he's been taken out of the game as a pitcher, he's still hitting. And boy, has he been hitting all game. 2 for 2 so far. Monster RBI double in the second inning to put the Knights on the board. An RBI single later in the fourth to put the Knights ahead. Now it is 5-5, an amazing matchup so far. Robinson throws one a little bit low. Jonathan Robinson on the bump. He's going to kick and fire in towards the plate. Ragsdale waves at that one. 2-2. Kicks and deals. The 2-2, Ragsdale takes one on the inside corner. He freezes and locks up the knees. Jonathan Robinson, 2 outs, gets his 3rd punchy of the night.
He's getting it down. That one was right down the pike. I mean, I think we're in Louisiana because that was Bayou.
Robinson serves one up. It's going to be caught in the outfield by James Pettiford for the 3rd out. Quick 1-2-3 inning by the Falcons. Quick work. We're going to see if they can score some runs here in the bottom of the 5th to try and finish out this game and force a game 3 after this. Leading off in the bottom of the 5th for the Falcons is the pitcher Jonathan Robinson. He's 2 for 3 today. Pardon me, 1 for 2 today. Robinson takes that one in the dirt, 1-0 count. Robinson lays off the high heat. Connor Terreri, number 22, the left-handed pitcher. It's another one up high, 3-0 for Jonathan Robinson. The southpaw, Terreri, kicks and deals. 4-pitch walk for Jonathan Robinson. He's going to take the jog down to first base. Head coach Chris Bursett for the Knights coming out to talk to the southpaw. Looks like Connor Terreri's time today is up. They're bringing in brand new pitcher.
And Markovitz coming up. Dangerous guy. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Look, runners in scoring position, got to get it done, and that's something that I see him doing.
The second baseman, Cam Bates, number 4, coming in for relief of Connor Terreri. Bates had a double earlier in this game. 2 RBI double, drove in 2 runs. Great swing, put a charge into this Knights team. They've been on a roll since.
Hey, and Paul, you want to know something here at Bottegal Field that they never miss on?
What's that?
It's the playlists. I mean, the playlists keep going and going, and I'll say, just like the team, there's some depth in there. I mean, I'm rocking out. It's a good time.
Definitely. Speaking of depth, this Knights bullpen has been lights out all year. Coming in with a sub-3 ERA. That's what held them to their record this year. Number 2 in the WCAC, number 3 team in Virginia. This bullpen, main part of the success of the Bishop O'Connell Knights. So again, it is the bottom of the 5th. It's been an amazing game so far, back and forth. A lot of offense, very high scoring. A lot of deep hits off the wall. We've had a bunch of doubles, a triple. We've yet to see that long ball yet. People have been close. So here it's Evan Markovitz, the lefty. RBI single last inning.
He's always been a positive guy. I mean, I met him 2-something years ago, and he was just always optimistic about the game of baseball. I mean,
he is a very genuine baseball player. Offers help to anyone possible. Very good with a lot of the younger players, bringing up the next generation of Falcon baseball players.
Certainly.
Here on campus. Coach Balance also amazing with that, with his youth program, Dig In Baseball. Markovitz lays down a bunt, but that one's going to go foul. They hold summer camps here, programs. It's very good for the baseball community around Olney.
A whole 9 yards. Or, in this case, baseball case, whole 9 positions.
Markovitz. He's going to roll over, ground that one foul. Cam Bates, the junior righty, started this game over at second. He has since moved on to the bump and has been dealing. He's got 0-2 in this count. Markovitz trying to fight and stay alive as Bates deals. Markovitz rips that one up the middle. Bryant James fields it on a hop. That one was a laser, but Brian James handles it, takes it to himself, fires it over to first for the double play. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. And up steps Braden McNatt. It's been huge this game. The sophomore McNatt had a double in the 2nd inning. It sparked. Two-out rally for the Falcons.
Coming up to the dish, no one on base after the double play. But, you know, the Falcons, they've been working their way time and time again. Like, all these guys have had so many plate appearances today. I think that's part of the things that they've been focusing on, just the offensive, heavy approach.
Braden McNatt lasers one out to center field. But Chaz Walker will catch it on the run, makes a leaping grab. The Knights trying to work their way to a WCAC championship. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the top of the 6th. The home Good Counsel Falcons taking on the visiting Bishop O'Connell Knights. Number 3, Nick Ferreira up to bat now. He'll take a ball in the dirt. Jonathan Robinson on the bump for the Falcons at the moment. He's been dealing ever since he came in for Aiden Rolnick. Rolnick started off the game very well. Ended up going down 4-2. And ever since Jonathan Robinson came in, he's been lights out. Only letting it run as that one's grounded over to Andrew Kirk. He'll fire it over to first, and Nick Ferreira is retired.
And Paul, you let me know if it's just me, but I feel like this last inning and a half on both sides, they've gone by in the blink of an eye. You know, we started off, these innings were being very elongated, if you will, but now they've kind of been cutting down, just efficient, and that's why we still have had a tie game for a little while now.
Yeah, at the start of the game, they were grinding out those long at-bats, working deep counts. Now they've been very quick to put the ball in play. We've seen that a lot of late. It's Bryant James waves at that high heat from Jonathan Robinson. Robinson attacking the zone early, puts it up there where James can't get it. Now it's in the dirt.
It's going to ricochet all the way back.
Pass through Bizak. Jonathan Robinson putting out some numbers on the radar. Kicks and fires. Inside, Bryant James takes it. 4-ball. Here comes Coach Balance to talk to Jonathan Robinson, trying to calm him down a little bit. No action in the bullpen. Looks like J-Ro's going to stay in there for a little bit longer. Like we said, he's been dealing all game. Attacking hitters with that fastball. His amazing changeup. He's got a very good curveball as well. A lot of bite on it. It'll dip below the zone before you can even blink. Very high spin rate. Definitely one of the better pitchers on this Falcons team.
You know it, Paul.
Bryant launches one. Left field, back at the track. That one's out of here. Bryant James takes a round trip around the bases. He is fired up, showing emotion as he rounds third. Bryant James loads into one and launches it left field into the bushes.
There it is. I mean, you know, you knew it was bound to happen. Whether either side, you know, you've been seeing sneak peeks of it all game. Ball just hit hard to the outfield, but he gets a hold of one, and we know who's ate his Wheaties today.
That was a rocket launcher out of here. Bryant James smashed that ball into the parking lot. Brett Frick struggles with that one on the backhand.
So he doesn't come up with it, but you know it wasn't routine, and they're still gonna find ways to get out. So they already have one on the board. Guy at first. All I need, little grounder, little bloop. Get it done.
Cam Bates on first. Now up to bat. Jack Woda. We'd like to apologize for our technical inconveniences. We are on a brand new broadcast here. We will try to recover that old broadcast and put it up later for everyone to see. You didn't miss much. Still 7-5. The Knights are leading the Falcons. Runners on second and third. 1 out, 2-1 count here in the top of the 6th.
And again, with that score we had mentioned, PVI was playing Gonzaga because we're in the stage where there are 4 teams remaining to see who goes into the weekend and will clinch the championship. So PVI is currently leading Gonzaga 2-0, and they're in the 5th inning of play.
Number 11, Chaz Walker up for the Knights at the moment. Jonathan Robinson still on the bump. Deals to Chaz Walker. He'll put that one sky high. Brett Frick trying to track under it, but it'll fall into no man's land. Frick tries to fire it into home. Bizak will catch it at the plate. RBI single for Chaz Walker. The Knights up 8-5 in the top of the 6th. It's coming open. The Knights letting loose here in the top of the 6th. 1 out. Runners on first and third.
That really stinks. I mean, I think it would have been an easier play for Markovitz, but you know, you had short and second both run back in on it, and it, you know, dropped, scored another run, but hey, they'll go from there and just let it play out. But that's going to be a run that you want to get back when this game wraps up here today.
Caboli, number 20, to bat now.
An easy steal.
Chaz Walker takes second base. Runners in scoring position for Caboli.
With a name like Chaz Walker, I mean, hey, Paul, he can move all right. We've seen a lot of movement from him on the bases today.
Caboli trying to capitalize on these 2 runners on base. He'll ground one over to first. Fire it over to first. There's an out, but not before a run scores. The Knights up by 4 with 2 outs. This game is unwinding for the Falcons. 9-5, the Knights lead with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Robinson deals it over, and Frick can't get to it. Another RBI single up the middle. The Knights up by 5. They've scored 5 runs this inning.
That's really going to sting. And, you know, the fact that they just got their second out on the bunt from, you know, it's just really, you're going to look back, you're going to say, hey, these are runs that we needed. Depending on how this unravels, you know, we really don't know. But, yeah, very, just a series of unfortunate events.
It's freshman Ragsdale, a 2-way player. It's so awesome for this Knights team.
Yep.
Amazing today. 4 for 4 from the plate while also starting on the bump as a freshman in the WCAC Semifinals. Trying to push this Bishop O'Connell Knights team to the WCAC Championship later this week.
Yeah,
Robinson throws one low in the dirt. Ball 2.
Ragsdale, the freshman, like his first high-stakes postseason. He's going to look back on this. It's going to be something he's going to tell as a story later on down the road. And, yeah, but just, you know, the freshman competition, you know, the younger kids that we see coming out and competing, it's just really growing rapidly.
Grubb leaves one up high. No one in the Good Counsel bullpen right now. Coach Ballance putting some trust in his pitcher Robinson as Grubb fouls that one back behind the plate. Lucas Grubb, 3-2, 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Robinson checks over at first base because our runner will be moving on the pitch. Robinson, 3-2. 2 outs. Kicks and deals towards the plate. Strike 3. Falcons get off the field after a rough inning. The Knights score 5. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the GCTV broadcast of the WCAC Semifinals. It's the Bishop O'Connell Knights taking on your home Good Counsel Falcons. The Knights leading 10-5 with an amazing last inning. The top of the 6th was lights out for the Knights. It all started with the Bryant James home run into left field. Got the team fired up, and from there, they just kept rolling, and it never stopped. Scored 5 runs last inning.
Yeah, it was
double their score.
Getting piled and piled on, and you know, you had Jonathan Robinson come out of the bullpen. He was really aggressive on the bump there. I wouldn't really categorize the faults onto him, but
Andrew Kirk shells that one into left field. It'll bounce right in front of the left fielder, Caboli. Runners on first and second for the Falcons.
Yeah, just unfortunate how that last 6th inning went. If you're a member of the Falcons team, but you know, from an O'Connell standpoint, it was very impressive.
Back to the top of the lineup here. What you missed, we came in a little bit late. Aiden Delgado pinch hit for Jonathan Robinson. He is now on Jonathan Robinson, pardon me. He is now on second base.
Yeah, I mean, look, one of the things that O'Connell does really well, right? I want you to imagine a pineapple, how there's all little pieces, right? They keep taking them out until you just have that core, and the core is their entire team just doing good and, you know, approaching, getting all the runs on there, and that's really what makes up this O'Connell team, and they really took a big bite out of the pineapple that last inning.
Frick takes a big swing at that offering. Swings right through it. Falcons trying to find any way to get back into this baseball game. Down 10-5 in the bottom of the 6th. Our girls varsity lacrosse team just wraps up with a win, 27-2.
And it's the same story over there with softball. They just wrapped up. I don't really know the final outcome, but 5-1 loss.
Not the same outcome that they were hoping for, but a very amazing season for girls varsity softball. Got a lot of amazing up-and-coming talent. Brett Frick lays down a bunt.
That's his second bunt of the day. He's going to get the job done. He's not going to get safe at first, which, you know, you kind of expect going into that. But, hey, they're going to get runners in scoring position. You only got one out. You got a big hitter up that can really, really flip the narrative here.
Great job by Cam Bates to field it and fire it over to first and retire Frick. Runners on second and third for Ryan Knoll. The 2-hole for this Falcons baseball team. Knoll, a lot of power behind that bat.
Oh, yeah. Don't get it mistaken, because one mistake from an O'Connell pitcher, and this game, it's back within 2.
It's another thing Coach Bounce likes to say, capitalize on mistakes made by them. It's one of his favorite things to say. Don't make mistakes, but capitalize on their mistakes.
Yep, just the glass half full approach. You know, you don't look at it empty, but the only thing you look at is just the full approach so you can fill those bases and win ball games.
Bates towards home. Ryan Knoll fouled that back. Cam Bates has been on fire on the bump ever since he came in. No runs scored. Kept the Falcons at bay where they are and allowed the Knights to amass that top of the 6th that they had. There's also a part of that on the hitting side. So Ryan Knoll fouls that one. Back behind the screen. Delgandio and Kirk on third and second, respectively. Knoll going to take his time as Bates steps off the mound. Bates out of the windup. Kick steals towards the plate. Gets Knoll on his front foot, but he holds up. Great patience by Ryan Knoll. It's a hold on that ball in the dirt.
You know, if you're a coach of one of these other 2 programs, such as PVI or Gonzaga, you're looking at this game to see what do you expect heading into this weekend potentially, depending on the situation you find yourself in during that PVI Gonzaga game, which at the moment is currently being led by Paul the 6th at a 2-0 score.
Ryan Knoll retired. And up steps Drew Bezak. Bezak, also a lot of power behind his bat, the class of 2027 recruit. Batted in the 3-hole for a reason. Drew Bezak, number 7, swings through the first offering, the high heat offered from Bates. Bezak lines that one up the middle. Kirk round in third, and he's headed to the plate. Delgadio and Kirk come in to score. This game is a little bit back for the Falcons. It's 10-7. The Falcons moving back into striking position. Great swing by Drew Bezak to drive in those 2 runs, 2 RBIs for him. And up steps Brendan Spivak, the 4-hole. Bates delivers to him. He'll swing through the high heat, a little bit behind. Bates not afraid to give him any cheddar.
Lots of green down there down the right field line. Just one of, being one of their only lefties on this team. You poke it in there, you potentially get your guy on first, get him over to third, and just make it easier to keep tacking runs on.
Great job by Bates there, mixing up both of his pitches, giving him the high heat and then going to a low sinker. Definitely, you can tell that Spivak off his timing a little bit there on his front foot. Spivak swings through the high heat. And the Knights are fired up. 10-7 going into the top of the 7th. We will see you right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the broadcast. My name is Paul Scango. I'm standing next to my good friend Camden Sarah, our color broadcaster for the night.
Yeah, Paul, I mean, it's been an eventful one. You've seen ups, you've seen downs, you've seen depths, you've seen flows from both squads, and, wrapping it up here, going into the top of the 7th, there's always room for more of that, so.
The wind is picking up.
Yes, it is. It's a sandstorm out here.
Robinson deals in to the plate. Now swung through by Nick Ferreira. Ferreira has a double in this game already. Trying to add. Maybe put another one. Little late sword swing there from Ferreira. Robinson gets a punch out. And the Falcons infield will throw it around. Brian James, the top of the lineup. Back up now, his last at-bat. He crushed a fastball over the left field fence. He pops that one into the right field, but that one's going to be foul.
Quite an effort over there from Markovitz. He's playing in right field today. Lots of times at these home events, you've seen him playing left, but quite an effort to get in that foul territory. But
he's got a lot of speed, can move very quickly. Definitely covers a lot of territory over there. Coach Bounce loves him playing in the outfield.
Yeah, I mean, at the plate too, right? Like, you saw an absolute bomb hit by this guy in the last at-bat. And even going opposite field, even if it is foul, this is one of the reasons. That's what makes a D1 athlete.
He's going to Virginia, going to play shortstop. As a freshman, we saw last at-bat, he smashed one into the parking lot. Robinson left a high heater. James turned on it.
He got all of it.
Blasted out to left, used the wind to his advantage. James takes one in the dirt. 2-1 count here. 1 out. In the top of the 7th. Jonathan Robinson kicks, fires. Another one in the dirt.
Going back down to your update down in DC, where PVI is taking on Gonzaga. They are currently leading. PVI is leading Gonzaga 2-0, and they just wrapped up the 6th inning. So at a similar spot of where we are here in Olney.
Brian James takes ball 4. He'll jog on down to first base. And up steps the pitcher, Cam Bates. 2-hole for the Knights tonight. Bates came in for relief of Connor Terreri a couple innings ago. He's been lights out. No runs allowed besides last inning, the 2 that were just scored. He's been very good so far. Also at the plate, got a lot of pop. He's got a shorter stature, but he does have a ton of power in that bat. It's Robinson. Keeps James healthy over at first. Jonathan Robinson, number 23, the senior, kicks and fires. Bates sends one, little low spinner into left field. Delgado dives, but he can't get it. Comes up short. Delgado goes back to the track. He fires into Frick for the cut. And Bryant James scores all the way from first base. Error in left field for Aiden Delgado. The Knights tack on one more to their lead. They're up by 4. Great swing by Cam Bates, number 4. He's going to get a pinch runner. Bates turns on a high and tight fastball. Launches it with some spin into left field. It's a tough one for Delgado to work with. Pretty good job of getting it back in quick. Robinson fires into home. Number 9, Jack Woda, waves at that offering. Robinson fires one in on the outside corner. Tell he's getting a little bit tired up there, lost some velocity, but he's still spotted his fastballs really well. His changeups still full in hitters. Even in the 7th inning, Robinson kicks and fires into home. Woda hits one up the middle. McNatt fires over to first. Retires Woda. Jack Weber, the pinch runner for Cam Bates, moves over to third.
He's a smart guy. They knew what they were doing when they put him there. Just watching his lead and his secondary over at second was something that they just need to keep an eye on when he's at third base. But 2 outs, running on anything, and we'll just see how the Knights play it.
It's a great job by Woda, moving him over to third. McElwan takes a strike.
The wind seeming to die down a little bit here.
The 0-1 offering. Up high. Like L1. The 4-hole hasn't done much tonight. But he's played his role at the base, moving runners around.
Yep, it could all change in one swing of the at-bat, but
way out in front of that one. Robinson got him off balance.
it's one of the things that Jonathan really does so well is the variation between, your fastball, switching it into the off-speed. It is one of the best ratios that you'll really see. There it is.
Same one again. McElwan way out in front on his front foot. He'll wave at that offering. The Falcons down by 4 heading in the bottom of the 7th, trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. They need 4 to force a Game 3. Can we do it? Figure it out after this. To the bottom of the 7th. Here, early at Good Counsel High School, the Falcons trying to come back from a 4-run deficit. The 9th trying to close out and move on to the WCAC Championship at Bottegal Field, the University of Maryland this weekend.
Hey, the Falcons, 3 outs to work with. They won another inning like they did in the 3rd and the 4th, where that inning seemingly wouldn't stop. So you're going to hope that that's the story here towards the end, bottom of the 7th, and, you just got to really, really push, really, really grind, take some chances, and that is what's going to tie this game or advance it past, send them to a Game 3 up in Virginia.
Here's Jonathan Robinson, pitcher up to bat. Takes one, up and out.
This guy always seems consoled. I mean, comes off the mound, ready to hit, ready to do a job. We're going to see if that will pay off because, he had a little bit of a rough inning.
That one skied up. Cam Bates retreats off the mound, and he'll snag that one. 4 out number 1 in the bottom of the 7th. Robinson is retired. And up steps Evan Markovitz, the senior.
Can he get it done is the big question everybody wants to know.
Seniors, they all know that this could be their last game in the Falcons jersey, trying to use that motivation to push through.
And for some of these guys, last game ever.
Markovitz, way behind that fastball from Cam Bates. Blew it by him. Definitely a challenge fastball. Bates feeling it up there on the bump. And some high numbers on the radar gun.
That is right, Paul.
Bates, another challenge fastball right down the pipe. Markovitz swings under it.
If I was Bates here, look, the obvious decision would be to go with the off-speed because he just hasn't been on time, but we're just going to see the approach that he takes, and O'Connell's going to try and get their second out and make their way towards the weekend.
He deals another fastball from Bates.
So the 3 straight. That's looking like the approach here from Bates on the bump.
Markovitz lays off that one.
Bates on the bump, rolls off the tongue a little bit.
The 1-2. That one's low. Good patience from Evan Markovitz. He's showing why he's got such a high on-base percentage. A lot of walks this year. The 2-2 gets him buckled up, but he doesn't get the call. Cam Bates. It's a great pitch right on the outside corner. Just out there, the 3-2 delivery. Bottom corner, strike 3. Challenge fastball, Cam Bates is feeling it. The Knights 1 out away from advancing to the WCAC Championship.
My goodness, Paul, he located that. That was...
amazing spot from Cam Bates.
You finished my sentence.
Amazing spot.
Oh, yeah.
Cam Bates to Brady McNatt. McNatt takes a curveball for strike 1.
So, Good Counsel might have 2 strikes to end their season.
Bates, another fastball right down the pipe. McNatt down 0-2 early. Bates trying to send this Knights team to a potential championship. Just low. Cam Bates is feeling it. Can he finish the job?
That's the question everybody wants to know. I'm sure these Knights want to know.
There it is. Cam Bates gets Brady McNatt with the curveball to send the Bishop O'Connell Knights to the WCAC Championship at Bod Turtle Smith Field. Later this week, the Knights fired up. They're all going to shake hands.
So
We will get you to our on-field interview in a couple moments right after this.
thank you so much for tuning in to this WCAC semifinal matchup. We hope you enjoyed the rest of your week, and we'll see you on Friday with more WCAC playoff action. From Bottegal Field, at Good Counsel, Natoteka, GCTV.